Hey everybody, mediocre cover band guitar guy. How we all doing today? Beautiful Saturday here today. It's actually shorts weather, which is awesome. We don't usually get that here in Newfoundland in June. It's still usually pretty cold, but not today. Here's an interesting thing that I heard a couple days ago, and it said, "Ego kills talent." And I'm not sure how to take that. I've always been told you had to have a certain level of confidence in your playing. And I know there's an argument out there where people say cocky and confident are two different things, and there are a lot of young guys coming up that are really cocky when it comes to stuff, right? But I've also been told you had to have a certain level of confidence to get out there and do what you're doing, whether it's jam with some people that you've never jammed with before, whether it's playing on somebody's music, or whether it's getting up and doing a live show. You really got to have that belief in yourself and whatever. So I don't know if ego can stunt your growth as a guitar player, being too egotistical. Does that mean that Yngwie Malmsteen would be a better guitar player if he was kinder and less opinionated? I don't know, because we always associate the whole thing about being egotistical, with Yngwie. That's the first thing anybody says, is that he's, got attitude, he's this, he's that, or whatever. And maybe he just knows what he wants and knows his whole purpose in life, and knows what he wants and knows that he's doing it. I don't know. I don't know the guy. I've never met him. He's never, he's somebody who's never eaten breakfast at my house, so I don't know him. But anyway, getting back to all this, whole thing with these, the same thing with the Eagles. Would that have made them a more talented band if Don Henley and Glenn Frey were a little bit different? You know, or is it just that they believed in what they were doing so much that it's just the way they are? I don't know, but I can see it in terms of if you're a player and you've got a simple song that sounds great, but you just don't want to come into it and play like something simple like, and you want to throw, blow through modes or whatever, just for the sake of blowing through things that you know. And that's another interesting thing. I watched a YouTube video by, watched several today. Justin Ostlander. I hope, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry, once again. It's not like he's watching, I know. And he was talking about how, like, the Nashville Cats don't think in terms of like Mixolydian, Aeolian, or whatever, Phrygian. They think in terms of melody. And I guess that's, these guys all have a great deal of fretboard knowledge. They music theory, things like that. They know all the chords. They know what a B7 demolished chord is, and they throw all that out the window because they're there to serve the music that they're playing when they're in the studio. And it might require, instead of blowing through a big solo, just doing something simple as a little, and there you go, like that's part of your melody or something, or follow the vocal line. And, putting your ego in check. So I can see it kind of being more of ego kills creativity as opposed to talent, in my opinion. And what I'm wondering is what your opinions of it are, for the 50 people that might watch this video and the 7 or 8 that might comment on it, because you're not afraid to be associated with a mediocre channel, right? Right. So I'm just going to throw out, so that's my question: does ego kill talent? I'm just going to throw out a couple of channels, and some of them are already well known, but I'm just going to recommend them in case you don't know them. And this is how I want you to watch them, okay? If you're looking to become a musician and you're looking to make a living at it, and you want to take it further than what most of us have, and just being weekend warriors or guys that jump on this thing and jump on that thing and do tribute shows and whatever, maybe you should watch these two guys. Okay, well, all the Nashville guys have great channels as far as I'm concerned. I love watching them all. Like I said, Justin Ostlander, love watching that channel. uh, all day. I've watched some of the videos like 10 times, but you need to go to Tim Avon. You need to watch that first. You need to watch all the videos because he's young and full of piss and vinegar. Okay? And then you need to go and watch Bad Brad's channel. Okay? And somebody said to me one time when I made a comment about how much I loved, Bad Brad's channel because there's a lot of reality there. And they said, well, he's a guy that never made it. He did though. He made a living. If you've bought a home, okay, from money you made as a musician, if you bought a home and provided a life for yourself and had vehicles and put food in your fridge strictly from playing music, you've tasted success somewhere. Different degrees of success, okay? How many guys are playing in a studio right now? You've never heard their names, but they're making a completely beautiful living out of playing music, you know? Very lucrative and very, well, I guess lucrative. Um, that's success. Okay, so don't knock it. And if you've ever watched any videos of him on YouTube, besides his channel, like when he's playing live, like dude's up shredding the ass off a guitar in front of a big festival crowd. And I mean a big, huge crowd. Okay, like thousands and thousands of people. So he's done it. He's lived it. He's been on tour buses. He's been in studios. He's been in clubs. He's been everywhere. But he's also seen the downside of it. So you can watch What You Need to Do from Tim Avon, and you can see how enthusiastic he is. He's bright, he's positive, he's always his channel. It's kind of uplifting when you watch it. It's almost feel good. Like you're like, wow, look at this. This is great. And maybe if I work hard, I can do it. And he's honest as well. He talked about going to Nashville and being the worst guitar player everywhere he went for a while. You know, and you're probably going to in a small pond with a lot of big fish. You might feel that way as well, okay? And then we're gonna get away from the guys who are making livings just strictly at music and the usual suspects as I like to call them. And there's a channel that I've been recently familiarized with that caught my radar, and it's called Sean Plays Guitar. And he does anything from guitar builds. He's been around a few years. He just put a pedal, one of those not a Dumble pedals, together with his two boys, and I thought that was just great sharing that with his boys. And did the whole bench test after they got it together. And it's awesome. That's memories for himself, his kids, and something for all of us to take in and learn that we can share music with your kids, right? And he did a really good video that I really liked on lessons, and nobody does that. Like when you're looking at online guitar lessons, and takes you through a whole series of things that he's doing himself. Like we all do gear demos, he's doing lesson demos. That's different. You know what I mean? And showing you what he's learned from it from beginning to now. And so I recommend you look up that channel, Sean Plays Guitar, on the YouTubes, and watch his videos, subscribe to it, because you got to realize, you guys that watch my channel are pretty much like me. Probably might be a better guitar player, but you're in the same boat and you play the same type of gigs, and for the most part do the same type of things. So those are some great channels to catch up on. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Remember in the comments, keep them clean. Does ego kill talent?